बोले चिड़िया बोले कंगना हाय मैं हो गया तेरा साजना लजा सोनिया लजा oh. I love Bollywood. I love it so much. All the extravagant colors, all the dances, the music, all the action. I just love Bollywood. A hero on a dangerous mission to save the world, and in doing so saves a beautiful woman whom he brings home. He goes out to save the world each day, comes home to his housewife who's waiting for him and says, "Take me away, oh my male lover, take me away." Oh, what love. Such is the portrayal, although I hate to say it, such is the portrayal of women in Bollywood. Such is the portrayal of women in Hollywood. And such is the portrayal of women in our media. A Washington Post article by John Groh posed the question, why are people so obsessed with Snow White's looks? Why doesn't Cinderella have any hobbies or passions? And why doesn't Sleeping Beauty do anything besides get drugged and await her rescue? All of our media is so sexist. And one of the greatest examples of that is the seemingly innocent Disney. The same article by Washington Post discussed how in Disney movies, there is a greater percentage of words spoken by men than by women. Even in movies like Little Mermaid, based entirely on a female character. And not only that, look at our advertisements. An article by Molgotsa Wolska talked about how men are always shown as being athletic, professional, seducing with a beautiful woman by his side. And females, women are always shown promoting domestic products, promoting cosmetic products. This is actually all leading to what Michelle Espinzo, a PhD at the University of Arizona, calls the master narrative. The master narrative are stories woven into our social fabric by the means of garnering and maintaining support and power of those in power, all while justifying the subjugation of marginalized communities. The master narrative are stories that are passed on to us, passed on to all of the generations, that make sure that the straight white man maintains power and everyone else is marginalized and subjugated. A few weeks ago, my 8-year-old cousin, Simran, she came to our house, and she was playing with my sister. My sister's about 11 years old. And Simran came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, Manu Paji, we're playing house. Can you please help us and be the husband and who comes home from work really tired, and Jocelyn will take care of you?" Where did they learn all of this? Where did they learn that their job is to be princesses, and play this role where they stay in the house and drink tea and cookies? The seemingly innocent media, the seemingly innocent TV, the seemingly innocent Disney movies taught them. They taught them and passed on these gender roles that are priming them to maintain their inferiority now and in the future. The master narrative has been passed on to them, and it has instilled in them a lifelong effects of sexism. All of this is actually leading to what Catherine White Burhide called the sticky floor problem. An article on theconversation.com talked about how in our advertisements, only 3% of advertisements show women as leaders, and only 2% of advertisements show women as intelligent. The sticky floor problem is where women are actually stuck to domestic-related and house-like jobs, such as administrative assistants and childcare workers. And because of this, they become vulnerable to exploitation, where men, quote, tout their abilities to help female aspirants get unstuck. The men become the saviors as women are trying to rise up from their sticky floor. So how do we solve all of this? Because obviously something needs to change in us, something needs to change in our media that is perpetuating women's inferiority and men's superiority from a very, very young age. I had a teacher in 8th grade. He was my social science teacher. And he told me that he did not let his daughter watch any of the Disney movies. The first Disney movie she saw was Mulan, one of the very few movies in which a female character actually has passions, aspirations, dreams, and is actually a multi-dimensional character, unlike how women are portrayed as one-dimensional characters, as objects in the rest of the media. We need to take this as an example. We need to control what kind of media are we being exposed to? What kind of media are we letting our children being exposed to? Because we are demanding this media. And that is why the media is being created in the way it is. The recently created Time's Up movement issued a call against the exploitation of women in our media. 2 remarkable women actually just organized the Women's March, one of the largest marches in our nation, in Washington, D.C. This is a time of great revolution where voices are rising up, voices that have been long suppressed, voices rising up into our streets, into our highways, are rising up all over. And it is a time that the AAUW joins with these voices and makes sure that those voices are not suppressed. We must pose the question, why must we support our media, such media like this? Thank you.